Okay, so the last video we added nested poster div tags. I added one. I went to the code side. I copied that line of code and I pasted it 5 more times. So now we have 6 div tags for our movie posters. Now we can see there's a problem that is putting the posters beyond the height of that content section. We're going to fix that in a second. First, let's get our posters in here. I'm going to position my cursor within that first poster div tag. Make sure I'm on the design side, not live view but design. I'm clicking within that posters div tag. It's a little tricky sometimes. I just want to make sure I'm in the posters div tag. If I look down here in the pathway, it says content poster, so I'm in the right place. Now I can go to my insert panel, insert common, insert image, and find my first posters. First poster, mine is Night of the Living Dead. And I insert it. I can see it's a little too big for this box. While that image is still selected, I can come down here to the height and resize the height to 280. And hit enter, it should resize that. I want to make sure these are locked. These measurements are locked, so if you change the height, the width will change automatically. I can position my cursor in the next movies poster, div tag, insert my next image, and that one is Dawn of the Dead, or Day of the Dead. Same thing, resize it to 280, and I do that for the next 4 posters. Each time you have to make sure your cursor is within that poster div tag, then you can insert your next image. Resize 280. You can also resize these ahead of time if you know how to use Photoshop. Position my cursor in the next poster div tag. Insert an image. Evil Dead. Change the size. And so on and so forth. Each time make sure you check down here, make sure you're in the actual posters div tag. And White Zombie. Obviously you would use your own movie posters you've decided on. And finally, King of the Zombies. It's a huge image. Well, I should have selected a different one, but that's okay. There we are. Let's preview these in the browser. And we'll fix the way they sit in there, but they look pretty good. The only problem is they're all aligned left and up in the corner. Let's take care of that. They're all aligned to the left and up in the corner of these poster div tags, so let's make some rules to fix that. Let's select one of these poster div tags, and in our CSS designers panel, you see the posters div tag is selected. We're going to go to the text section, is the text align center. That will center all the posters. And we want to move the posters down a little bit. They're a little too tight to the top, so I can go to the layout section. And I'm going to put 10 pixels of padding on the top. That'll push them down so there's a border all the way around. If I want an equal border on the top and bottom, what happens if I add padding in the div tag? I'm going to have to take away the padding from the top, or from the height. So instead of 300, I'm going to do 290. And now they should be equal on top and bottom, and centered in the middle. And they look pretty good. The only problem is they're busting out of that content area. What I could do is a couple fixes. I could go to that content rule and on my overflow X, my overflow Y, change that to scroll. And what happens is if I go to live view, you can see the part that overshoots is hidden, but I can scroll down to see all the hidden information. Another fix would be, if I didn't want a scroll effect, I could go to my container rule, make the height auto, and I could go to my content rule and make the height auto on that. Auto automatically stretches out to fit your content. Okay, so now you can see how it stretches out. So you can either stretch it out or add the scrolling effect on the side. Now let's quickly we save that index page. It's ready to publish. Let's make one more new page for now, which is the About page, Site Template, Movies CSS, Movies CA, Movies, Create. And there it is. It looks like the template page. We can highlight this text and say About. We can put our slogan in there. Or whatever you want it to type in there. And then we can put in some information about our website right here. We can also add images, whatever we want. We can save as and call that about.html. Should be saved right out here in this folder. Save. Should also add some information to the title here about zombie flicks, whatever you want to add. Save all. And there we go. So you've finished your template. We've created our index page and about page based on our template. So now the link should work. About and home. About home. Let me go back to my index page. Now we can select these movie posters, the individual image. Make sure I'm off the live view. Select the individual image and make them links to the different movie pages. Night_dead.html. Select my next one. Link day_dead.html, etc., etc. So you finish out all your posters. Just double check to make sure your poster link is the same as your sidebar link. If they're going to the same page, make sure they're spelled the same. Double check your spelling or things will not work. All right, thank you.